Hi, Miss Christine.
Hey, Buffy.
Hey. And now the day is what? Health secrets for seniors today. What I was planning on talking about today, I was going to just touch on diabetes because November is National Diabetes Month, Diabetes Awareness Month. And I was going to find out if any of the people that normally tune in with us in our health sessions, if anybody was a diabetic. Are you diabetic, Miss Val or Miss Christine?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I know. Hi, Miss Maxine.
I think my mother was the opposite of that. She was hypoglycemic.
Okay, low blood sugar, right? Isn't that right, that Miss Christine? Unmute
Yes.
yourself, Miss Maxine. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to be talking about diabetes. I lost your face.
I'll come back.
Okay.
A second.
We're going to talk about diabetes today, and I wasn't going to do the usual because I feel like everybody probably knows the basics about diabetes, particularly in seniors, knowing that diabetes is a very serious disease. That's the thing about diabetes. You get that, it can trigger you so many other problems, and you have to be very, very careful with diabetes. But I thought instead of telling you all of that today, that we would talk about some of the things, me in the research department. So I went to the research department. They about sick of me at the research department. But anyway, I asked them, I said, let me see if I can find something that maybe nobody else is aware of. So I found 3 things that they suggested from the research department that you try to help improve your diabetes. Now, whether or not this is what the research department says, they've done studies and the studies were promising on these items. So the first thing was, which I thought I could handle this, was drink blueberry smoothies. The research department said that studies have shown that drinking blueberry smoothies will improve blood sugar control. This was a research study done at Louisiana State University. And they found that drinking 2 blueberry smoothies per day helped obese pre-diabetic adults improve their blood sugar control. So I said, well, since I'm not pre-diabetic as far as I know, because I've been really into the doctor's office, it's been a minute since this COVID started. I said, well, that's something good to know, and if it will help you if you're obese, it certainly can't help you if you're a normal weight. And blueberries are supposed to be very good. I think they have a lot of antioxidants in them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm always seeing, I had blueberries in my cereal this morning, as a matter of fact.
So that's one of those fruits that I really don't like blueberries to taste, because my cousin had me eating oatmeal and blueberries. I love oatmeal, but I don't like fruit in my oatmeal. So I had to sit the oatmeal, the blueberries.
She's got the fresh
eat them like that, but But anyway, that was one. I thought that was kind of interesting. I said everybody might not be aware of that. Yes, Ms.
Now,
Val.
did they give you a recipe? You can't just say blueberry.
They just said a blueberry smoothie. They didn't
in
give the recipe. It just said 2 blueberry smoothies daily helped obese pre-diabetic adults improve their blood sugar control. So I would imagine that whatever you normally would use to put to give your smoothie some fluid to it, you could probably use the same thing. What do you do with your smoothie? What do you put in your smoothie?
Well, mine, I put spinach in mine, along with, and blueberry is one of my berries, because supposedly all the berries are good. Strawberries, boysenberry, blackberries. I have all those in there, along with banana and yogurt.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, probably
and almond milk.
Well, you probably could just do the same thing and just make the most part of your smoothie would be the blueberries, probably with the almond milk and maybe yogurt, and let the biggest portion of that be the blueberries and the almond milk for your smoothie. I'm going to go back to the research department and look more on that one.
Yeah.
Now this is another one that I found. Good morning, Miss Lily. How are you, Miss Lily?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. And who is this in this gray coat? I can't see your face.
Dorothy.
Hey there, Miss. Is that Miss Hazel? Miss Dorothy?
Dorothy.
Hi, Miss Dorothy. How are you?
I am well, Meletta.
Oh no, you didn't call me by my real name. God, I won't get you. Yeah, that is my real name. That's my bill paying name. I don't use it that often.
What, Meletta?
Yeah, I don't like it. I've never liked you.
Oh, that's why you don't. Okay.
I never liked that name for my entire
Well, everybody knows you as Buffy. When I say Meletta, they're like, who?
Right. That's
Oh,
why I say, if
Buffy.
you call me Meletta Clayton, you either somebody I don't know, or a bill collector, or somebody I don't like.
Ooh.
My friends, people that know me, know that they've been calling me Buffy since I was in the 9th grade.
Oh.
And when I went to college, it just, it just stuck when I started in the 9th grade. Just the name just hung on me. But you never had to grow up with an odd name. When nobody could spell it, including the teachers, they would say, because my maiden name was Dickens. They get, Dickens, what is this? And you sitting somewhere trying to be, and I say, Meletta, what? And they never spelled it right. If all my records from elementary through high school, it was never spelled. That's why I hated the name, And I used to ask my mom, why did you listen to my daddy? Because he was the one came up with the name. I said, what were you thinking? God,
Buffy, now with social media, I found that the unusual names are the best ones because that is that person. There's nobody else, and I like my name Valerie Vance. There's a whole bunch of Valerie Vances.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. When you Google Valerie Vance, like Valerie Vance, but I'm like, man, look at all these Valerie. But something like maybe your name, you might be the only one.
I probably am.
And when they name them like Apple and things like that, these weird, and you were like, oh, that's so silly to do that.
That's why I always said that if I ever had any children, I was not going to name them some outlandish
right.
spelling. Yeah. I had a friend, this is off topic, but I had a friend who used to work for Social Security. And she told me that a lady came in with her, she had a set of twins and they were named Nike and Adidas.
Okay. Yeah.
Nike and Adidas.
I believe it.
And then there was another one that she told me his name was Kahlua.
Oh, I had one named Hennessy in one of my classes. One of my students' his name was Hennessy. You have that too, Maxie?
And I give you one. I'm going to spell it for you.
Okay.
Shitthead.
Shatad?
Pronounced Shaheed.
Shaheed.
That's how they spelled it.
Oh, hell.
Shitthead. So when you look at that, it's like, I can't say that. How do you say your name?
Right? Wow. Because of the first 4 letters, huh?
I really hate, I like, this is so off topic, but I like names that are non-gender specific.
Yeah.
My daughter's name is Dakota.
That could be a girl or boy.
I named her after, the lady name that flew out my head, Dakota Staton.
Stanning? No,
Staton. Dakota Staton. She was a singer back in the 1950s. She was on the Decca record label with Della Reese, Dinah Washington, and Dakota Staton. They were the 3 big money makers in 1957.
Okay.
Decca record label. And I heard the name Dakota and I liked it. Because and I never met any girl Dakotas when I was friend. I kept running up all these other ethnic brethren who had boys named Dakota. So I named my daughter Dakota. Of course, she hates the name, but hey, you want to change it? Go to the courthouse. Anyway, back to the topic.
My sister-in-law named her son Del Monte, and I said, "How did you get the name?" She said, "Well, the Del Monte can."
Oh my God!
I know.
Wow. Oh God. All right, let me go back to topic, Lord Jesus. Okay, this is another thing that came out the research department. We're talking about diabetes, different tips. That's Miss Myrtle Bolden down there. Welcome aboard. Miss Vicky, good morning. I didn't speak to you. And Miss Shirley, both of you guys can unmute yourselves if you'd like to chat. We like everybody. This is a very interactive class. We're supposed to stay on the top, but you know me. So, all right, this is another tip from the research department. A spoonful of vinegar helps the blood sugar go down. This slows the glycemic response, the rate at which carbohydrates are absorbed into the bloodstream, by 20%. Now, we hear people all the time, this goes back to what we were talking about one day last week about all these home remedies. I've heard people say vinegar for everything. Take a teaspoon of vinegar for that. Take a teaspoon of vinegar for that. Miss Christine, is there any validity you think to that with the vinegar?
I don't know if there is any validity to that or not, Buffy. Like you say, you hear so many things that people say that vinegar is good for. But at one time, and this was not but a few weeks ago, I was drinking it on a regular basis until I just got tired of it. And the last time I went to the doctor, now I'm not diabetic, so I don't worry about my blood sugar. But the last time I went to the doctor, I had a blood sugar of like 50. And he was wondering why was I hypoglycemic? And I said, I don't know.
You had been probably drinking too much.
I might have been, because I didn't measure it. I just poured a little bit in a cup and put this much water in it.
Well, when I say I went to the research department, I have a resource book that's full of researches, for health. And I just go through, like I said, I decide what I'm going to talk about way in advance, so I have time to research it and read the material. Some of it I pass to you, and some of it sounds too way out there, then I don't worry, I just skip it and go to something else. But the spoonful of vinegar, I've heard so many people, and this was one of those research studies at one of the universities that they compared this group to that group, and they saw what. Yes, ma'am, Miss Maxine.
Is that a teaspoon or a tablespoon?
Well, it just said a spoonful. So I would imagine that would probably be like a teaspoon. They didn't say, they just said a spoonful of vinegar helps the blood sugar go down.
Are they talking about regular vinegar?
Apple cider vinegar.
They just said regular vinegar.
Okay.
Oh, not like apple. Yeah, okay.
So,
Apple cider.
Yes, apple cider vinegar.
So Miss Christine, is vinegar sweet? Is it? I'm confused.
No, it has a horrible taste.
I mean, I know what it tastes like, but I love vinegar. But I mean, does it have I was wondering, because you said your blood sugar went up, I guess, or did it?
No.
It went down.
It
was
way down.
Okay.
Like 50. 50 is putting you almost in the hypoglycemic stage, or it's right at the hypoglycemic stage. In fact, with diabetics, they don't really want their blood sugars that low.
Right.
Wow.
And because she
taking so much of it. Yeah.
She had been drinking so much of it, it's just logical to sort of say, well, if they are saying that it can help lower, you drinking it and you
really did lower it.
You didn't really need that for it to be that low. So again, that's something to keep in mind. All right, now here's one I thought was pretty good too.
Buffy, may I say something about that?
You can.
My mother lived to be 86, and as long as I remember, every day she would drink apple cider vinegar water all day long. She would sip on it. She never had high cholesterol, and she never had diabetes. She never had hypertension.
I've heard people say that about vinegar, that's one of those things that.
And I have
go ahead, Miss Christine.
I have a very low cholesterol too. It's not up there in that area that they want you to keep, say that, it should be less than 200. It's not nearly that much. So my cholesterol and my sugar both is low.
That's good. Well, one thing, you don't eat meat, right? You still eating vegan, right? Pretty much,
but I eat a little bit of meat every once in a while. Well, a little bit more because of the protein. I want to have the protein.
Okay.
And I wasn't getting enough with the with the beans and that type of thing.
Center, you were, between you being a dancer and taking on class, fitness class, you were very, very active. We've all kind of, that's why I'm encouraging everybody to get back into this fitness. Don't sit around at home. It's just not good. But here's one more.
That's right.
Black tea. Black tea helps treat diabetes. Researchers compared, I hope I pronounce all these words correct. Researchers compared concentrations of polysaccharides, which is a type of carbohydrate, in black, green, and oolong tea. The polysaccharides were the best blood sugar inhibitors. So the theory was that the polysaccharides in the black tea has an enzyme that converts starch into glucose. So the best tea to drink, if you think you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, try black tea.
Mm.
So I like tea, but I prefer tea to coffee anyway. I'm more of a tea drinker than a coffee. I don't like coffee. You know why?
Yeah, me too.
When I was a child, my grandmother used to say, coffee supposed to growth and make you black. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what people used to say. That was like an old wives' tale or old saying that people, particularly in the Deep South, because that's where I'm from. But anyway, those were 3 items I thought might be interesting to you as far as something that you could probably take if you were diabetic or pre-diabetic, but these wouldn't probably hurt you even if you're not diabetic.
That's right. And that's what you have to do is when you look at these different ideas that people are giving you, you have to weigh whether they will hurt you or not. And those are things that really won't hurt you.
Right.
And it might help, you know.
It might help. So that was the blueberry smoothies and spoonful of vinegar and black tea. All 3 of those might be, if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, like I said, the researchers at these different universities, you know, they get paid to research this stuff, to try to figure out, is this going to help or that going to help? Different pharmaceutical companies back them and put money into all these researches. So it's up to you as an individual, like Ms. Christine said, well, okay, I like blackberries. This might be, and this will be a good way for me to get some other vitamins into me. By doing this blackberry smoothie, it can't hurt. But like you always say,
You said blueberry smoothie.
all things in what? Moderation.
Moderation.
Moderation. And the thing about diabetes is that it can affect so many other, or like your teeth, your gums. They're prone to have a lot of mouth problems. If you want to keep your mouth healthy, I don't know. Too much glucose, which is the sugar from diabetes, can cause pain, infection, and other problems in your mouth. That's your teeth, your gums, and your jaw. Tissues such as your tongue, the roof and bottom of your mouth, and inside of your cheeks. Now, that's the worst place, I think, if to have something wrong with inside your mouth, because that affects your eating, your breathing, taste, sense of smell, all of that area together. So we want to make sure that if you do know somebody's diabetic or you're pre-diabetic, take very good care of your teeth. Take very good care of your teeth and your mouth. You want to make sure you do that. And then the other key thing, which goes back to my favorite subject, exercise. I just believe that if you are pre-diabetic or even if you're diabetic, my personal belief from what I have observed is that the exercise and the diet is key to maintaining your diabetes, make it even better. But if you just sit down and you taking your little glucose, and we had a problem, I remember at Darnell, where folks were pricking their finger and then dropping the little prick thing anywhere. I mean, you know, in the bathroom and not disposing of the needles properly. And we really had to, because you know, that's something you don't really know who's doing it, because the person is probably in the stall or doing it when nobody's in the restroom. But then when your cleanup crew or your maintenance people cleaning the bathroom, that's dangerous for them.
Yeah.
They might, you know, be picking up the trash and then the needle and drop that needle or whatever it is in the trash, and it would probably tear it because it's a little, you know, the kind of got the, I ain't gonna say it, but you know, the trash bags are kind of thin. I'm not talking about hefty. So we don't want to dispose of those needles haphazardly. That's the thing. But we want to do what? We want to get up, move, and exercise. Okay? Everybody needs exercise. Why do we all need exercise? Because it strengthens the muscle and the heart, increases our energy level, burns calories, reduces body fat, reduces stress. These are things I've been talking about over and over again about how important it is to exercise. Even when you don't feel like it. It's days when I have to teach our class some mornings I don't feel like doing it either, or my back is bothering me. because I have a sciatic nerve, but I mentally push myself forward to say, well, I'm going to exercise today because I need to, because I'm not at the center. And I was teaching just about every day. I was teaching at Darnell, and then my part-time job, in the evening, I was teaching Zumba. So I was exercising a lot, and I felt better. But it doesn't mean that I didn't go in there some days and my back would be hurting or my side nerve would be, bothering me. But I just, push through it, and I encourage everybody, particularly at this time, push through it. And Vicki, you used to be on the softball team. I don't know what you're doing now for exercise.
I set up an exercise room at home with the bicycle and the rowing machine and the rebound and the ones that you put up on your weight to equal the body weight. And we walk.
Okay. But are you walking for exercise or are you strolling?
No, when I exercise, I schedule like yoga time in the morning.
No, I'm saying when you are walking, are you walking for exercise or are you and my buddy strolling?
We do a brisk walk. I have trouble keeping up with him. He
okay.
those long legs. So we do a lot of yard work like raking leaves.
Yeah, that's a good aerobic exercise.
Good. So that's we've been active inside just where we right in the neighborhood.
Okay. Well, one of the things that people who have diabetes really need to exercise because it helps lower the blood glucose levels. It improves your body's capacity to use your insulin, keeps your body weight where it should be, lowers your blood pressure and your cholesterol. That's why you need to exercise. But the first thing, if you're a diabetic or someone who's recently been diagnosed as pre-diabetic, they need to go to the doctor and check. Make sure that everything else is in place for them to still be able to exercise. Because sometimes people wait so long before they go and find out that's what's going on. Then they got complications from that won't allow them to be as active physically as they would like to be. So that's why I encourage you, stay active as long as we possibly can. Because when it's gone, it's gone. It's hard to get it back. So we want to stay active. You're going to feel so much better. Your mind is sharper, clearer. You feel better mentally. I mean, I get so psyched up when I'm getting ready to do my aerobics class. I just hate it. I don't really have the room in here in my house to get crazy with it like I would do at the center. Because for one thing, there's carpet in my house. I got, like I told y'all, I got that little bitty square with the floor, but I'm trying to, do, because there's a certain level of that I need to maintain to keep me going.
Well, Buffy, we schedule just about 3 or 4 days a week where we take advantage of 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
Okay.
On the Zoom.
Okay.
And we take turns. And it's just amazing how well with that 30 minutes of exercise that you have or others have in other classes. So we just found that we just make the time to alternately every couple of days or every other days. I've been doing it like 3 days in a row and then I won't do it. They'll say, where were you? I'm like, but I find I make the time between 10 and noon at least to take advantage of what Fulton County is offering.
Please do encourage
That's
others
me
to do this. And I mean, they're all pushing for the vaccine, and I'm really hoping that the vaccine will be from the man upstairs, that he gave that direction to somebody. I don't want to, and I'm not going to rush to judge that vaccine. I got to do, like I tell y'all, my research first to make sure that, well, I don't want any side effects. That's what I'm more worried about, that if we take this, because they're rushing so hard to get this vaccine, have they done enough clinical trials? Have they tried this on people of color or elderly people, young people? I mean, because they're moving fast, and that's a good thing that they're moving fast. But on the other side of that, I'm just concerned that they might be cutting a corner somewhere.
Yeah. Well, even when they start giving it, it's going to still be under clinical trials. They'll still be checking and all of this. And hopefully it won't be somewhere down the road that they decide, well, you know, this is just really not what we should have made.
Exactly.
You know?
So we're gonna stay prayerful on that. But just remember that you should exercise at least 3 times a week if you're diabetic or non-diabetic. You need to at least exercise 3 days a week, 150 minutes per week. So we're talking about, I try to do 40, well, the way we are on this Zoom thing, I'm right at 30 minutes, but I try to get all my 30 minutes in there when we're exercising. And the intensity, you don't have to go as fast as I might be going, or you don't have to go as fast as Miss Christine might go. You go at a start at the pace that feels good for you. And then you can gradually work up. You don't have to jump out there like a house on fire. And then all those muscles get sore, and then you don't want to come back. Oh, well, I'm tired there. No, go at a moderate pace, get yourself acclimated to doing it and get in the habit. See, exercising just like a ritual or a habit. If you do it all the time, you'll miss it when you don't do it. You'll feel some kind of way of, oh, wow, I didn't do my exercise class today. Or I didn't go on my walk today. So we want to make sure that we do that. And that's why I always start the class off with the stretching. With the fitness class, I always start off with the stretching. And then I haven't done too much resistance because I don't have but so much time. And I was trying to figure out how can I get the weights in and resistance training, but I don't have 30 minutes. It's kind of hard. So maybe depending on how things look as we go into 21, depending on how this looks, because I've got the weights out. It's just that the time is so short. But if you're at home, in fact, I might do that in my next health session. Okay, I'm looking at my clock. All right. Don't forget that there will be no classes tomorrow, Wednesday. And don't forget that on Thursday, we're going to have our Thanksgiving check-in on my link, because we want to just be thankful, and we all want to have that. Yes, ma'am, I see your finger.
I advertised it on friendsofboughton.org and
Oh, that is so
blast
good.
about it.
I hope we are open for everybody. Y'all know how I love everybody. I want it because I said, all y'all, don't tell them I said this, but when this is over, when this virus is over, Miss Val, Miss Maxine, all y'all got to come to Darnell. I'm just telling you that. Don't tell nobody I said it. Miss Lily, all of y'all come to Darnell. Okay, I'm just kidding though. But Thursday, we will be having our Thanksgiving check-in. Just want to reach out and touch each other across the way and talk, just want to know that everybody's feeling good, and let's have a few laughs and touch each other and be thankful and grateful for that day. And then I will see everybody we'll be back on schedule on Monday, which I think that's the 28th, I think Monday, whatever Monday's date is.
30th.
Monday is the 30th. Wow, I'm way behind. So Monday we'll be back on board. And then on the 3rd, again, remember we've got our Christmas tree lighting. Make sure that you got your little tree. I got my little tree about like that. I'm gonna have it plugged up, and we will all light our trees, turn our trees on at the same time. We've got a great program. The Darnell Divas are gonna dance. We've got some sing-alongs, some interesting things about the meaning of Christmas, and some of the things that go along with that.
So it's just to clarify, it's going to be Thursday, the 3rd, right? Because the 3rd is Thursday.
December 3rd, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. So we want all you all to please join in with us. And it's almost 11 o'clock. It's 1 minute. I got to get ready to go do some aerobic exercise. I hope many of you will join me this morning. I love you all, and I will see y'all Thursday. Okay?
Okay.
Somebody save me some potato salad. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.